On this day in 1911, Celtic captain Jimmy Hay left for Newcastle United. The turn of the 20th century was a difficult period for Celtic as the club embarked on a new direction in the wake of incorporation in 1897. For a few seasons, they had built a side from big money cross-border raids, bringing back top Scottish players from England like ex-Celt Johnny Campbell, Willie Orr, George Allen and Jack Bell. The Scottish Cup, still the most prestigious tournament in Scotland, was won in 1899 and 1900. But after Celtic's last league title win in 1898, Rangers won the league 4 years in a row, followed by Hibernian in 1903 and Third Lanark in 1904. Willie Maley was the secretary-manager at this time, but was not yet the dictator he was to become. He ran the playing side of the team, closely supported by directors and former players James Kelly and Mick Dunbar, and they had decided that a youth policy was the way forward for Celtic. And the first few years of the 20th century were spent assembling what would blossom into a team of all the talents, and win a record-breaking 6 league titles in a row from 1904-05 to 1909-10. One of their most important captures was Jimmy Hay, signed in 1903 from Ayr FC. Ayr would merge with Ayr Parkhouse in 1910 to form Ayr United. Other signings in the summer of 1903 included Sonny Jim Young and Alec Bennett. Season 1903-04 was one of the most important in Celtic's history, as the half-back line of Young, Loney and Hay was formed, and probably Celtic's best ever forward line of Bennett, McMenemy, Quinn, Summers and Hamilton was established. It was Bobby Muir, rather than Alec Bennett, who played in the Scottish Cup final that season, as Jimmy Quinn tore Rangers apart with a devastating hat-trick in a 3-2 win, despite Rangers taking a 2-goal lead in the first 10 minutes. Almost unnoticed in the midst of Quinn's heroics was the dominance established by the halfbacks and the subtle promptings of Jimmy Hay, who created 2 of the 3 goals. Quickly nicknamed the General by Willie Maley, Hay controlled the midfield from left half, turning defence into attack with long raking passes, or he could equally as well carry the ball forward himself with strong forward runs at opposing defences. The veteran Willie Orr, enjoying an Indian summer to his career, captained the first couple of league triumphs in 1905 and 1906, before Jimmy Hay was appointed captain and led Celtic to Scottish football's first ever League and Scottish Cup double in season 1906-07. They bettered that the following season, winning the double again and adding the Glasgow Cup and Glasgow Merchants Charity Cup for a clean sweep of the honours. This glorious side began to break up in 1908 with the defection of Alec Bennett to his spiritual home of Ibrox, but they won the league again in 1908-09 and might have completed a third double if the Scottish Cup had not been withheld following the Hampden riot after the replayed final against Rangers. The 6th league title in a row was clinched in 1910, but by this time the team had grown old together and they finished 5th in 1910-11. Jimmy Hay left under something of a cloud in 1911, in one of those periodic instances where the board just handle things wrongly. Now 30 years old, he had just had a benefit match against Partick Thistle on the 26th of April 1911, and the board possibly felt his wage demands to sign a new contract were on the high side that summer. Shades of Jackie McNamara almost 100 years later. Hay was capped 11 times for Scotland and captained his country 3 times. Scotland only lost 1 of those 11 matches, that included 2 victories over England. His departure for Newcastle was regretted by all, and he remained with them until 1915, playing over 200 league matches until the Football League was suspended due to the war. He was interested in a return to Celtic, but eventually signed for Ayr United before being conscripted into the army. He finished his playing career at Ayr after the war and later became their manager. Jimmy Hay captained Celtic's most successful ever side before the Lisbon Lions over half a century later, and like many of his teammates, his story deserves to be far better known.